Hey, what's going on, guys? Back for another video, and I just wanted to kind of talk about Tears of the Kingdom. A little bit late on this one. I believe it's like almost 3 years old or something now. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about it, and I see a lot of people have interesting opinions on it, and I kind of wanted to share mine. As somebody who played Breath of the Wild back on my Wii U when I was a kid, I thought, damn, this is peak. This is peak. This is the best Zelda game. You know, I don't know if I really thought that. I kind of, I don't know. It was weird. I mean, I like Breath of the Wild, especially when I was a kid. But the more I sit on it, the more I play and replay the older Zelda games, I have a different opinion on Breath of the Wild, and it's that it's a good game, but I don't think it's like a very good Zelda game. And they tried something different, and I think it worked, and I think it worked well enough, and I think it was a good change of pace, especially after Skyward Sword. I didn't care for Skyward Sword that much. I played that on my Wii U as well, and I did play the HD remake, and I like linear games for sure, but I just found it to be repeating a little too much, and that made me lose interest a lot. My favorite Zelda game was Twilight Princess. It was my second Zelda game. Back in the day, I remember them watching Cartoon Network or something like that, and they'd air commercials for it, and I had just played Ocarina of Time because I got my Wii U for Christmas, and I got like a $10 eShop gift card, and I was like, oh man, what do I even buy? And I saw Ocarina of Time. It was like $7 or something. I don't remember if that was the normal price or if it was on sale, but I saw it and I was like, yeah, let me try this out, you know. I knew him from like Smash, specifically Smash 64, because I did play that on my Wii a lot growing up. And so I knew him from that, and I was like, you know what, I don't know much about this guy. Let me play this game. It's only a couple bucks, and maybe I can buy like a shitty little $2 game or something. And you know, I played it. I loved it. It took me a while to beat. I was young. I wasn't too. I get lost a lot and like wander off and kind of do my own thing every now and then. But I liked it. I thought it was great. I'm replaying it on my 3DS right now. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But Twilight Princess got a bunch of ads. I begged for it for Christmas. Or no, I believe it was my birthday. And I begged for that. I was like, come on, please, let me get Twilight Princess. And they looked at me weird. They were like, Twilight Princess? What is that? Is that some kind of, is that a game for girls? So I was like, I mean, I guess it's a game for everybody. And then anybody can play it and love it, trust me. And I played it, I beat it, and then I knew, I was like, yeah, this is the peak. This is the best Zelda game. This is the best game ever. I love it to this day, and I'm waiting for a Switch re-release because I'm tired of booting up my damn Wii U, and I don't want to commit to a playthrough until because what if I like finish it and then bam, Nintendo Direct, damn, Twilight Princess is coming for the Switch, and I'm like, well shit, I just fucking played it. But yeah, no, I think I'm waiting on that. Still my all-time favorite. Maybe I'll do like a tier list video. But Breath of the Wild came out. I was obsessed with it. I remember waking up, having the game, and then having to go to school. So I got to play it for like 10 minutes before I went to school, and I was just on the Great Plateau kind of messing around. And I remember going to school, and some kid had his Switch, and he had Breath of the Wild on it, and everyone was crowded around him, and he was in a shrine, I believe. And I was like, damn, dude, that could be me. But it wasn't me. So I waited, I got home, I played it, and I played it, and I played it, and I played it, and I beat it, and I loved it. I thought it was a great game. Looking back on it now and having replayed Breath of the Wild recently, I don't think it's the best Zelda game. I think it's great. and it does what it does very well. But there are a lot of downsides for me in specific. When I play a Zelda game, I want goated dungeons. That's what I love the dungeons. I love the items you find to solve the puzzles. It's great. I love the story. And the story in Breath of the Wild is great, but I don't I like it, but I feel like it's also kind of missing something for me sometimes. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like, I don't know. I think it's great, but not perfect. And when Tears of the Kingdom was coming out, I was like, damn, okay, I'm gonna be on this shit day one. No matter how I feel about Breath of the Wild, like I'm gonna be on this. It's the next big mainline Zelda. And I'm replaying it currently on my Switch too. This is my original save from when I first beat the game. I have most of the outfits and all that stuff, not on my other save, but I got a pretty good amount of hearts. I have a max stamina wheel, but it's, I don't know, it's great and I love the game, but I also feel like Tears of the Kingdom just did it so much better. It took everything I didn't I was kind of iffy on with Breath of the Wild, and it perfected it, I feel like. The dungeons, I feel like, are a lot better. Each one has their own personality, really, and comparing to, it's still the same formula, go find the 4 things, do the 4 things, the boss is unlocked. Which is pretty simple, but I can't really, I don't feel like that's the issue. It was, you go to one of the Divine Beasts in Breath of the Wild, and it's the kind of the same feel. It's the same. They all kind of meld together for me. And then the bosses, they were all okay, but they all were like, yep, this is, yeah. And it makes sense in context to the story and stuff, but I felt like they were a bit lackluster. In this game, I feel like they're a lot more interesting, and they all have a little bit more character to them. I do really miss finding items in the dungeons that help you clear them. I hope they bring that back. There's kind of stuff like that, but nothing really like that in this game. Like, I remember in the Gerudo one, what's it called? The Lightning Temple. It's all focused around mirrors, and it's not really a mirror item, but you can find mirrors in there that you can fuse into your shield and stuff, and stuff like that, and that's cool. But I kind of miss oh, you found the bow, you found the hook shot, you found the boomerang, and that helps you beat the dungeon, and that's what made other Zelda games. I really like that. But I see a lot of people online, and a lot of YouTubers in specific, and they make these videos, Tears of the Kingdom, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Shut up. I feel like it's a bit of nostalgia, and nostalgia is king, I feel like, especially with Zelda games. I see people Ocarina of Time is the best game, and it is one of the best games of all time, and it's a great game, and I love it. Love it to death. It was my first Zelda game. But do I think it's my favorite? No, it's not, because I have issues with Ocarina of Time, and maybe I'll cover that in another video. But Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like, was a perfect mix of a more traditional Zelda game plus what Breath of the Wild implemented, and I hope they expand upon that, because there are still things they could do to kind of make a better hybrid and expand upon this new formula they're going for. And yeah, I don't know. Tears of the Kingdom, I hear a lot of people complain about the story. I like the story. I see a lot of people it's so bad, you had to play it out of order. I'm like, isn't it the same in Breath of the Wild? You gotta go find the memories. I played Breath of the Wild. I didn't find the memories in order when I was playing it the first time, and I didn't find them in order when I was playing it this time. And it still all comes together though. So it's kind of like, yeah, I don't see the issue with that. I see a lot of people like, yeah, dude, I went to go get the Master Sword first, and it spoiled the thing, and I don't want to do too many spoilers. The game's old, but it's not that old. And especially with the performance upgrade, a lot of people are probably playing this game for the first time, so I don't want to spoil the story too much. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, if you're going for the Master Sword first before you're really exploring and stuff, that's up to you. But I feel like that's also on you, because it is a pretty important story beat. But if I'm not mistaken, didn't you also get a memory when you got the Master Sword in Breath of the Wild? I'm pretty sure you did. But at the same time, I don't remember too well. But I see a lot of people like, oh, it's not perfect. It's not the perfect game. There is no perfect game, except for maybe Twilight Princess. There's probably faults in that. If I played it again, I'd probably see those. But I don't really, there's probably some like, oh man, Twilight Princess has problems. I'm sure it does. I don't remember, because I'm holding off on a playthrough for when I get a Switch port, hopefully soon rather than later. But yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of people, that's their biggest gripe. It's like, it's the story. It's the same map. I'm like, if you play the game, I don't feel like the map is the problem, because there's so much change. There's new areas. Every area's got their own new addition. There's all kinds of shit going on in the world that's changing up. And I think a big difference is the powers, which I guess you could also say kind of replace the abilities or like the things you find in dungeons to help you solve puzzles. I feel like they're so much cooler in this game than Breath of the Wild as well. I love the Ascend, very cool, very useful. Fuse is super cool, and it's super creative, and you can make some pretty interesting weapons and stuff with that. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. I see a lot of people like, oh, the spirit, the upgrades they needed fixing. These ones are no good, or like the champions' powers and stuff. I feel like they're just better adapted for this game. I see a lot of people like, oh, Rivali's Gale, I think it was called, where it like lifts you into the sky, and they're like, yeah, this needs to be way better. It's better than the new one that we got. And I'm like, it's useful for when you're traveling around the Sky Islands, because you get a little bit more air with the one in this game. And there's cool stuff like this one. I don't see anybody talking about this one. And I don't use it a whole lot, but it's still pretty cool. Like, you get a mech? Like, that's pretty sick. Like, I don't know, I kind of like it. But, I don't use it all too much. But if I really wanted to, I feel like you could. And you could have a lot of fun with it. And there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. You can attach different things to it and do all kinds of wacky stuff. I feel like the Goron power is pretty good. I like the Gerudo one. Yeah, I care for this game a lot. And I just don't see a lot of people messing with it like I do. I mean, it got great reviews, and people do like it, but I feel like I see a lot of people like, no, Breath of the Wild is just the better game. I don't know. I think I definitely like this game a lot more. It just does a lot of things better. What I love most about this game is the puzzles, the shrines, so much more fun. There's so many different ways to do just a single shrine. And there are different ways to do shrines in Breath of the Wild that you could probably do, but I feel like in this game there's just like, there's so much options. I just got kicked. Okay. There's so many different options you have, and that's kind of cool. I don't know, because I do a shrine, and then I'd go on, like, I don't know, TikTok or something, or watch somebody play it on YouTube, and I'd see them do it in a completely different way than mine, the way I did it, and I'm like, damn, that's so cool. There's so many different ways you can do these things. True, like, creative, I I don't know, it's so cool. I really like that aspect of it. And I don't see a lot of people talking about that part a lot, because I did a lot of shrines and I'd see different people like, oh man, this is like, man, like, how do I do this? And then they do it, and then I think about it, I'm like, damn, I did not do it that way. I did it in a totally different way. And that's kind of cool. That's just cool to me. And I see a lot of people upset they didn't do enough with the Sky Islands, and I'm like, kind of. Like, I don't know. They're cool, and there's a lot of stuff to go do and find on them, though. And there's a whole dungeon in the sky, and a whole there's a dungeon in the depths, and I feel like they covered like the stuff all pretty well. The new areas. I have not completed the depths. Not that much, and I do plan on doing it eventually. Probably when I beat my new playthrough, I'll come back to this one and try and get all the shrines completed and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this game just really did everything right, and I don't see a lot of people really talking about that. Just kind of hating on it to hate on it, and that's kind of like, well, you know, you can do that. But, I don't understand. It's just like, man, Breath of the Wild is so much better. And they're very similar games. And I feel like I enjoy this one a whole lot more. It's just such an enjoyable time. I saw somewhere that they were considering, they were like, oh, they were going to just do this as like a DLC, but they were like, no, we can make a whole game out of this. And I'm glad they did. I'm glad it wasn't just a DLC. And there definitely are faults to it. I'm not saying that this is like, man, you know, people hate on this, but it's perfect. It's like, no, there are faults. I see people complain a lot about the inventory, like how you move through your different stuff, like, where is it? Yeah, like this and stuff. It's like, damn, you gotta go all the way through. And it's like, depending on what you're looking for, I don't think that's much of a problem, because you got the sort button here. It's like, oh man, if I need what I use the most, I go by most used, and then I can find it here. Or if I need something to put on my weapon, I can go by attack power, and I got most of the good shit right here. And if I need a Zonai device, I can just do it like this. It is a bit of a headache sometimes, but I feel like once you get used to the game and you know what you're looking for, it's not that hard to find stuff. And I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of just how I feel about it. Is it a perfect game? No. No, it is not a perfect game. But is it, in my eyes, did it perfect what Breath of the Wild was going for? Yes. Yes, I do believe it did. I think it did everything pretty well. I think it added more of an original Zelda feel to it. And before this game came out, I finished every shrine in Breath of the Wild. I was grinding those. And that was cool, but I did not get all the Korok seeds. I cannot be bothered. I am sorry, I cannot be bothered to get all the Korok seeds. I know what you get from it, and it's just like, okay, so it does nothing. I don't, like, it's cool, and I just don't see myself ever having the time or caring enough to really do it. And to people who do it, it makes sense. You know, you want 100% the game. It's just a lot. It's a lot of Korok seeds, especially in Tears of the Kingdom. Some of them are kind of tricky, especially the ones where you got to take the Koroks places. I cannot be bothered to go and do those. Maybe if I'm really bored and I got a lot of free time one day, I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna get every Korok seed and you know, stuff like that. But it's like, you know, the extra inventory space I feel like I can manage with how many I have. I don't really need to go do that, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I just like this game a whole lot, and I see a lot of people really hate on it. They're like, this was just Breath of the Wild again, it's the same map and stuff. I'm like, did we play it? I feel like a lot of people like to have opinions but not play it, or play it and they're kind of hate playing it because they're like, grr, like this isn't my precious Breath of the Wild. And people really, really love Breath of the Wild. And I get it, it's a great game. I loved it, and I still do love it, but it's just not as good as I think people really remember it for. And I feel like this game adds enough to really be its own thing, and that's what makes it so great. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a really it's a good one. I like it a whole lot, and I don't know. That's really all I have about to say about this. I'm gonna go on a tangent now. I've been uploading on the channel pretty regularly, but and I really do enjoy uploading. I kind of just do it because I'm bored and I want to talk about stuff that I care about, because I'll talk about it with like a friend or something, and I don't think they understand fully because either they haven't played the game I'm talking about or they just don't care. And at least somebody will come across one of my videos and be like, yes, I care. My Dear Me I Was video, I did get a comment, and that made my day. It was somebody like, damn, I really enjoyed this game. I'm glad somebody's given a positive review about it. And I'm like, yes, dude, that's so cool. Like somebody saw this, It's like somebody saw this and they liked what I had to say about it. And if you guys haven't watched that video, go watch it. I kind of give like I played it, I started it, and then I finished it, and then I started the video again, and I was like, okay, so this is what I think, because it's a pretty short game. But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool game. But yeah, no, so I'm enjoying making these videos, and I do want to upgrade the quality. I do want to get a capture card or whatever. I'm not too sure how to do that and how to get it to work, but I'll probably work on it and figure it out myself. I'm not too good with tech and stuff. Can this thing swim? No, it cannot. But yeah, no, I don't know, I like making the videos, and I'd like to reach an audience that can watch what I make and be like, and not like a big audience per se. I'm not trying to, billion subscribers. No, like I'd be happy with like just a small group of people who want to listen and maybe find a game that they haven't played and they're like, man, oh wow, this is kind of cool, I've never heard of this, let me try this out. And then they play it and they like it, and it's like cool, somebody found something they liked. But I don't know. Yeah, I kind of like doing these videos, and I'd like to upgrade the quality, and I appreciate anybody who watches them and enjoys them. But yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing like a longer project on specifically a Zelda game. I want to replay Majora's Mask. It's been a long time. I want to replay it, and I want to like take notes and do a really in-depth like video on my play, like me playing and stuff. And I might start that this weekend. I think I will, but yeah, keep an eye out for that. I don't know how long that's gonna take me. Like I said, I haven't played it in so long, I doubt I know where to go every single place and stuff. I kind of know that for some of these games, like, oh, okay, this is like, they're like embedded in my memory and stuff. Like I know where things are. Like, I haven't played Twilight Princess in a long time, but I played through that game so many times when I was a kid, I could probably like get through those first 3 dungeons super duper fast. But yeah, I don't know. I'm ready, you know, I'm thinking about doing a video like that, and it's been a while, and you know, I know a lot of people who really like Majora's Mask, and I'd like to have more of a valid opinion on it, for, you know, I don't know, like just kind of like, so I can like actually talk about it and know what I'm talking about. And I've only really ever played through the 3DS version, so I think I'll do the N64 version on the Switch Online. So that's cool, and I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, I'm ready. You know, I might start working on that. That might be fun. But that's probably all for this one. If you enjoyed the video, and if you're like, man, this guy's takes are terrible, you know, like, I'm sorry. But maybe consider slamming that like button and slamming that subscribe, or, you know, a single subscribe would make my mind blow up. But or just even a comment. And even if it's a comment like, your takes are fucking dog shit, I'd probably like be like, oh, that's so cool, like, hold on, let me message this guy real quick. But yeah, no, that's all I really gotta say about this. And you know, if you got like something like, oh, actually, I think this is worse than Breath of the Wild, and here's my reason, I'd be totally down to like listen to that, because you might be right, and it might be recency bias, or maybe, I don't know, you know. And but yeah, that's all I kind of gotta say for now. But let me know in the comments below, or don't, I don't know. But that's all I got for you today. I hope you all have a good day, and keep on keeping on. I heard that from another YouTuber. Keep on keeping on. That's a good one. Yeah, have a good one, everybody. Have a nice day.